Hello everyone, I'm Chris Hernandez and this is the Weekly Report, a look at news from the city of Kansas City, Missouri. Summer used to be a time when, kids might forget some of the things they learned during the school year, but not anymore. The mayor's Turn the Page KC program works with community partners to make sure that kids in kindergarten through third grade begin the next school year ready to succeed. This week, Turn the Page KC hosted an all-star celebration at Sprint Center to help spread the message that reading is important and fun.
Well, it's important for kids to read in the summer because if they don't, then they'll simply slide back. And that means that they'll enter the next fall behind where they were when they left in the spring. So by reading during the summer, they're able to maintain that level of proficiency that they started off with when they left school in May.
Did you know that in addition to watching the Weekly Report here on KCCG for all the latest news from City Hall, you can also keep up on all of the city's happenings through our numerous social media accounts. Follow us on Twitter or even tweet a 311 request. Check out the pictures and other information we post on our Facebook page, and be sure to read neighborhood information we post on nextdoor.com. Don't forget that many city departments and council members publish newsletters online. For links to all of our social media accounts, visit kcmo.gov/social. The summer heat is here. The city's Animal Health and Public Safety Division shows us how to keep your dogs cool and safe.
Hi, I'm Chris with Kansas City Animal Health and Public Safety, and we want your dogs to be safe this summer. Here are a few tips. Please, never, ever leave your dog inside of a vehicle. Even parked in the shade with the windows cracked, it can become too hot for the dog inside. Please, leave your dogs at home. Make sure your dog has continual access to clean, fresh water. A spill-proof bowl is a great idea, and make sure to change it daily. Make sure your dog has access to shelter whenever outside. This includes a doghouse that provides access to shade. Remember, if it's too hot for you outside, it's too hot for the dog, so bring them inside. Try to walk your dog during the cooler hours of the day and avoid walking on hot surfaces like asphalt that could burn the dog's feet. Summer is the time for fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes, so give your pet medication to prevent fleas, ticks, and heartworm. Check with your veterinarian to determine which product is best for you. Consider having your pet clipped or shaved if they have a long coat. Check with your veterinarian to determine if that is appropriate for your pet. Apply sunscreen if your dog has a thin coat. So remember, follow these tips and keep your dog safe during the summer. For more videos, go to kcmo.gov and search FYI KC.
The new crime lab of the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department is now open for business. It's moved from its old location at 66th and Troost to its present location on the Leon Mercer Jordan campus next to the East Patrol Station at 27th and Prospect. The transfer has been in the making for quite some time, and you can imagine the amount of planning that went into moving more than 100,000 items of evidence. Linda Netzel is the director of the Regional Criminalistics Division.
We are responsible for a little over 100,000 items of DNA evidence, gun evidence, trace evidence, different things like that that are archived actually in the laboratory. So being able to demonstrate to the judicial system that we have done everything in our power to ensure that those items were properly relocated, the chain of custody was maintained. That took a lot of thought for us to go through that process to figure out what was going to happen and how that process was going to be witnessed, because if someone wants to claim that an item of evidence was, the chain of custody was violated, we have to be able to prove in all of those 100,000 plus samples that that did not happen.
The logistics were especially difficult given the sensitivity and cost of $10 million worth of equipment. Transporting called for a fleet of police cars and motorcycle units to make sure nothing happened along the way.
We did everything down to having traffic shut down Highway 71 for us to transport those instruments yesterday. We had a tandem of 3 semi-tractor trailers. We had to separate everything out because of the insurance on each truck was maxed out, and so we didn't want any of those instruments to be compromised or damaged. So we used the traffic people to help escort those trucks from Troost to the new lab so that there were no accidents that took place or anything like that.
Netzel is excited about all the advantages that come with working in a brand new state-of-the-art 57,000 square foot facility that was specifically built to be a crime lab.
The location itself, advantages to the location itself, really relates to being close to downtown. We testify a number of times throughout the year, a lot of meetings with attorneys from downtown, whether it be public defenders or prosecutors. Their offices are downtown. So we've actually designed 2 rooms specifically for pretrialing with those attorneys.
Netzel says the crime lab includes the latent print section, crime scene investigation, DNA, chemistry section, trace evidence, firearms section, and digital evidence. But Netzel says it's the simple things that matter.
If you ask my staff what they're looking forward to, some of them have been sharing 3 people to an office, so they were all able to get their own offices. So some people are going to be very excited. It's those little things that I think they're going to be really excited about. The other big thing that they're very excited about is windows. That they actually have windows, because the upstairs lab portion, the upstairs portion of the lab at Troost had very few windows and none of them were eye level. So they're very excited about being able to look outside every day and see what's going on out there.
The crime lab staff is still unpacking, and there's more to come when property and evidence makes its way to the new crime lab. KCPD is proud of its new crime lab that was funded by the public safety sales tax approved by voters in 2002 and renewed in 2010. I'm Sergeant Matt Fisher. Have a safe week.
Hi, I'm Floyd Peoples, Chief Fire Marshal for the Kansas City, Missouri Fire Department. The 4th of July is a time for fun, family, and picnics, but the use and discharge of fireworks in the city limits is prohibited. Kansas City Fire Department responds to numerous fires and injury calls each year due to the use of fireworks. Nationwide, more than 15,000 reported fires were started by fireworks, and 8,000 fireworks-related injuries were treated in U.S. hospital emergency rooms. There are also more fires on the typical 4th of July than any other day of the year. So remember, leave the fireworks to the professionals so you can enjoy your family and picnics and not have a visit from us. Thanks. Have a safe day.
Today we are in the Kaufman Center for the Performing Arts, one of the world's most renowned performing arts center, located right here in downtown Kansas City, Missouri. And to tell us about an upcoming neighborhood tourist development supported event is Paul Schofer, CEO and President of Kaufman Center for the Performing Arts. Paul, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us about your future event that is happening this month, Future Stages Festival.
Well, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Tell us what's happening and when it's happening here at the Kaufman.
You bet. On Sunday afternoon, June 26th, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., we will have our 3rd annual Future Stages Festival. Now, this event is a part of our providing access and experience for youth in our community on the Kaufman Center stages.
And what kind of performances and activities take place at this festival?
We will have about 29 organizations here at the Kaufman Center, And those organizations will have a total of about 800 youth on stage at the Kaufman Center. This will be in our 2 indoor stages, Hellsberg Hall and Muriel Kaufman Theater, as well as an outdoor stage. And we will have representatives doing jazz from choral groups, from Alvin Ailey Camp, and a wide variety of community organizations.
So a broad spectrum of the performing arts, but you're also having visual art activities during the festival, correct?
That is correct. We have about a dozen organizations that will have interactive arts experiences. So we'll have kites, we'll have representatives from the Nelson Atkins Museum of Art, and many, many others, including, of course, a symphony instrument petting zoo.
That's great. So there's a little bit for everybody, and it's a fun family event, so there's something for all ages.
This is intended to reach out to families and youth throughout our community, through the whole metro area. And during the course of the day, we'll have probably somewhere around 6,000, 7,000 or more people here. And we encourage families to come. It is a free community-wide event, and you can come for an hour, you can come for 4 hours, and during that time period you can move from one stage to another and see a lot of our extremely talented youth in our community that are performing on the Kaufman Center stages.
And the youth and the performers, where do they all come from? Are they mostly from Kansas City, Missouri?
Yes. You know, they're coming from the greater metro area, and each of these organizations that comes to the Kaufman Center does apply to be on stage at this event. And that greater metro area extends as far out as Grain Valley, Leavenworth, Lawrence, and beyond. These are the same areas that our audience members come from. So we're truly excited to have just representation from that greater metro area.
That's so important to have, because Kaufman really impacts not just our skyline and the way it looks, but it has always impacted the way that all of our audience members experience the arts. And that's so important. Now, if people are interested in getting more information about the festival, or if arts organizations are interested in getting more information about how to participate in next year's event as a performer, as a performing arts organization, how would they go about doing that?
You bet. This fall it'll be on our Kaufman Center website. So you can go to www.kaufmancenter.org/future stages, and there will be an application process that is submitted and reviewed for acceptance next spring. And you can also go there now to find out more about the coming up event here on Sunday, June 26th.
So there's no tickets that are necessary. You just go there for information and to find out about parking and how to get here. So it's pretty easy. Paul, thank you so much for having us here at the Kaufman Center for the Performing Arts, a true architectural masterpiece located right here in downtown Kansas City, Missouri. And congratulations on coming up on your 5-year anniversary.
Oh, thank you so much. It's a pleasure being here with you, and we very much are looking forward to celebrating with the community at our Future Stages Festival on Sunday afternoon, June 26th.
The Neighborhood Tourist Development Fund supports local nonprofits that bring cultural, social, educational, and recreational activities to our area. about additional upcoming events, visit kcmo.gov/ntdf.
The Public Improvement Advisory Committee, or PIAC, has launched this summer's round of public meetings. These PIAC hearings allow residents to provide input on the upcoming capital budget and to make a pitch for projects in their own neighborhoods. You can submit a PIAC proposal through the end of August. Please go to kcmo.gov and search PIAC, P-I-A-C, to find forms to submit, as well as the list of upcoming meetings, which we are going to show you right now. Take a look. To view this program again or other Channel 2 videos, just go to kcmo.gov and search Channel 2. That page has a link to our YouTube channel and all of our great programs for viewing on demand. That does it for this edition of the Weekly Report. I'm Chris Hernandez. Have a great week.